The views, stories, and opinions shared on Caregiving and Conversations are my own. The experiences I discuss are personal and honest reflections of my caregiving journey and genuine feelings. They are shared with transparency and authenticity and should never be interpreted as a lack of love, respect, or care for my loved ones. The views, stories, and opinions expressed by guests on this podcast are entirely their own and do not necessarily reflect those of Caregiving and Conversations or its hosts. The experiences and information shared are intended for educational and informational purposes only. They are not intended to replace professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the guidance of your physician or another qualified healthcare provider regarding any medical condition or health-related concerns. Thank you for listening and welcome to Caregiving and Conversations. Welcome to Caregiving and Conversations with Miss Tiff Unfiltered. Come on in. Let's have a quick chat. Today will be a quick chat. But before we get started, a two-word check-in. So today, my two-word check-in of how I'm feeling. One, tired, and the other one is overwhelmed. I just have a lot going on, good stuff, but a lot going on and trying to balance it all. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling today. Before we get started, remember to like, subscribe, and share the podcast. Let's get those numbers up. I'm so thankful for those of you who have subscribed thus far. I'm just shy over 100 subscribers, so yay. And that's in a month, right? So just in a month, I have 100 subscribers. Love it, and I want to say thank you. None of that would be possible without you. So again, thank you for subscribing now. Tell a friend and tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's get these numbers up. Um, who watched the episode last week? The episode last week, I introduced my mom. Yes, Miss Lynette was on the podcast. And I remember telling her right before I uploaded the podcast that, Mom, I'm going to upload your interview to the internet, and you're going to be a superstar. And she told me, I'm already a superstar. And I just laughed and I said, you know what? You are a superstar. She's a superstar in my eyes. And those moments that I can get her on video are just priceless. And the more I can get her on video and the more that we can have these little small conversations, um, will just suit my heart just fine. So yes, thank you. If you haven't watched it, go back, watch last week. If you haven't watched any of the episodes, go back, watch it. You'll see the story. You'll see that I upload a video every Tuesday. It's either a short video with just me or it's a long interview where I'm interviewing somebody on this caregiving journey. Reminder, this podcast is for you. This podcast is for you to support a caregiver. This podcast is, if you are a caregiver, going to be a caregiver, this podcast is for you. So you're going to be able to get something out of it. So please subscribe and share. All right. So the next episode that will be uploaded next Tuesday, when we think about caregiving, we think about caregiving for an elderly parent or someone older. Rarely do we think about caregiving for a child. Next week, you'll hear my guests talk about caregiving for their child, and walking that fine line of parenting and caregiving, because yes, there is a fine line, and you'll hear that story. You'll also hear them describe their new normal. You'll hear them talk about how they had to learn uh, patience and compassion and giving themselves grace and forgiveness. It's a very touching story. And I can't wait for you to tune in next week to actually hear the story about caregiving for a child. I remember the first time I heard the story, I was just left in tears. Um, Yes, left in tears because of the story. I'm not going to give too much because I want you to watch the episode next week. It's a very touching story, and you'll see the heart of the parent. You'll see the heart of the caregiver, talking about their journey, of being a caregiver and being a parent. So tune in next week and um, share it, like it, subscribe. That's all I have for today. Not much. Oh, I do have one more thing. One of the things I wanted to share is when we think about caregiving, whether it's for a parent or for a child, it's the same. So the same characteristics that my guest had for caregiving for a child, I was sitting there going, yes, this is exactly what I went through when I was caregiving for a parent. So it doesn't matter. It does not matter who you're caregiving for. Caregiving is caregiving. Again, stay tuned and check in next Tuesday. All right, that's it. I told you it was going to be a short one, but remember, give yourself grace, give yourself rest, and give yourself love because you deserve it. Bye bye.